All right, if you're an athlete, you're always looking for that edge, right? That little something that separates you from the competition. Well, what if I told you it might not be in the gym? Today, we're going to dive into a super powerful mental skill that can seriously upgrade your performance. And it's something that honestly gets overlooked way too often. So, think about it for a second. Your body is ready for game day. You've put in the hours, you've done the reps. But is your mind? It's a huge mistake to think that physical prep is all it takes. Because honestly, the real difference between being good and being truly great, a lot of times it all comes down to your mental readiness. That's right. Beyond all the drills, the technique, the physical conditioning, there is this whole other dimension to your performance. And that's your mental game. Today, we're going to zero in on one of the absolute most powerful tools you can add to your arsenal. So, what are we talking about here? Positive self-talk. It's basically that inner voice you hear in your head, the one you can actually learn to control during training and competition. And look, this isn't just about happy thoughts or cheesy motivation. No way. This is a strategic tool, a weapon really, to sharpen your focus, build rock-solid confidence, and take back control when the pressure's on. Okay, let's paint a picture. Imagine this. The whistle blows. It's the final penalty kick in a World Cup final. The whole world is watching. You score, your team wins it all. The pressure is just massive. What is going through your head in that exact moment? And this is where it gets really interesting. Your inner voice can go one of two ways. On one side, you've got the threat state. That's the voice of doubt. What if I miss? What if I mess this up? It's all about fear. But then you have the challenge state. That voice is totally different. It's saying, I've practiced this 1,000 times, I know what to do. See that? It's all about capability and control, trusting your training. That tiny shift in your head, it changes everything. And I really want to hammer this point home. This is not some motivational trick. This is not feel-good fluff. We are talking about a validated, science-backed mental skill. Sports psychology research proves it. It's a real, trainable, and measurable part of what it takes to perform at the highest level. So, how does this actually work on a scientific level? Well, first off, the right kind of self-talk can literally reduce your anxiety and stress, calming you down when the pressure is on. It also strengthens your self-confidence, acting like a shield, especially after you make a mistake. And finally, it seriously improves your focus and execution. It's like a laser beam for your mind, locking you into the present moment. And what's the result? You make better decisions when it matters most. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually do it? Well, the good news is it's not that complicated. You can actually craft your own game day phrases, and the most important thing is making them personal to you. Now, this right here is probably the single most important rule. Whatever phrases you come up with, they have to sound natural and, most importantly, be believable to you. They gotta be in your own words. Because, look, if you don't actually believe what you're telling yourself, it's gonna be completely useless when the pressure hits. Here's a great one for when things are just not going your way. Maybe you're down on the scoreboard or the conditions are terrible. Saying, I don't love this situation, but I can handle it, is so powerful because it doesn't pretend this situation is great. It acknowledges the challenge, but then immediately pivots to your ability to deal with it. It's honest and it's empowering. Okay, now this one is all about resilience. It's about drawing on your own personal history. When you tell yourself, I've overcome tough moments before, I can do it again, you're literally bringing up evidence from your past. You're reminding your brain that you've been in the fire before and you came out the other side. That builds some serious belief. This one is your mental reset button. It's perfect for when your mind starts racing, you're thinking about the final score, the crowd is going nuts, whatever. This simple little command, take a deep breath and focus only on the next action, just pulls you right back to the present. It's a super practical instruction that anchors you in the here and now. And this last one, man, this is so crucial for dealing with mistakes. Because let's be real, every single athlete makes them. The best ones are just the fastest to recover. So instead of spiraling, this phrase lets you acknowledge it. Yep, that happened. And then immediately release it and get your head back on the next play. It's the key to bouncing back fast. All right, let's put this into action. I want to give you a simple drill you can start doing this week to actually build this skill. It's called Catch and Replace, and you don't need any fancy equipment. Just a notebook or even the Notes app on your phone will do.
So here's how it works. It's 4 simple steps. First, I want you to identify 3 specific situations where that negative self-talk usually creeps in. Maybe it's when you get tired or right after you make a mistake. Second, write down the exact negative things you say to yourself, and you got to be totally honest here. Third, for each of those negative thoughts, you're going to write down a realistic positive replacement. You can even use some of the ones we just talked about. And finally, step 4, the most important part. The next time you're in one of those situations, you have to consciously practice using your new phrase.
And look, just like lifting weights or running drills, this takes practice. It's not a one-and-done magic trick, but I promise you, if you stay consistent with this drill, if you really commit to it, within just a few weeks, you will absolutely start to feel a real, tangible shift in your mental game. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge to get you started. Just take a second and think about it right now. What is the one negative thought that trips you up the most? And what is the new phrase you're going to use to replace it, starting this week? Your mental training officially starts now.